New release date for Episode 2. There are already a lot of rumors that the creators of Digital Circus want to release the second episode. This is proved by teasers and spoilers that they post in their social networks. A lot of teasers have been released in the last 2 weeks. Let's try to understand what Gooseworks meant to convey and discuss some interesting aspects of the second episode. Before delving into the text, let's address the visuals. Many may have assumed that this was a shot from the scene where Pomni and Kane travel around the Digital Circus grounds. However, upon closer inspection, I could not find a single match frame by frame, indicating that this photo is a leak from the new episode. It is possible that Kane will witness Romney's dangerous nature and feel the need to intimidate her. Based on this, we can say with certainty that the new episode will feature a scene reminiscent of Pompey's first encounter with the circus. However, there will be differences. This scene refers to a specific moment. The photo itself shows the strange condition of the comedy and Kane's crazy look. Feel free to share your own version in the comments. The hidden meaning of this post is up for interpretation. It is clear that it will not be the second episode, but something else. However, I will not deny the existence of the new episode version, and I will provide more information about it later. Let's focus on what's coming next. The most likely scenario is that it will feature new footage from the second episode, based on past experience. However, it would be disappointing if that were the case. Many people have been eagerly anticipating a new episode since the Glitches post, so anything less than a trailer would be a letdown. In the new teaser, we are reintroduced to Pomni on the bed. She is already awake. It is interesting to note that the Wacky Watch website has not updated the information, and Pomni is still shown as sleeping. However, I believe that in the near future, this will be updated. In the future, the developers will change the screensaver. On all teasers, Pomni looks either scared or sad. Many people wrote in the comments that the new episode will be about Jack and Goose's work. However, on teasers, we only see Pomni in her room. Despite what Gooseworks wrote, I think the new episode will be about Pomni again. This is also what I read in the comments. Pomni may be a favorite character of the developers or the character that everyone associates with the amazing digital circuit and glitch. Specifically, Gooseworks wrote that the second episode will be about depression. And thanks to all the teasers, I can say that the second episode, like the first one, will also feature Pomni. By the way, I didn't just mention that the new teaser is the last one because Gooseworks for the first time mentioned about the second episode previously. From the developers, nobody wrote or talked about it in their posts. Besides, Pomni finally woke up. Either this is a hint about the end of the second episode or the final scenes will take place in Pomni's room. Judging by her condition, it may not end well. Pomni is feeling sad because she doesn't know how to escape from the digital circus. It seems that her room will play an important role in the series, as it appears in every new piece of information. Additionally, it is unclear why the developers have only shown us Pomni and not any other characters like Rotha or Jax. In Gooseworks' last post about Jax, it is evident that Jax was up to some mischief. However, the post presents him in an incomprehensible state if he is incredibly into something that would give away his personality, either he likes it or not. It seems like he is covered in milk, and maybe he doesn't like it. Remember, Jax is an animal and will obey his own instincts. In the future, he may have to overcome them because he is a human in real life. I also think that Jax has a small chance of abstracting himself because he lives in the circus. He accepts that there is no way out and does not care about his surroundings. However, he needs society to constantly mock and joke around with someone because he would be very bored alone. If he is left alone, he can get depressed and start to have thoughts about how to escape from the amazing. The digital circus can really affect his character. If he can't overcome the loneliness, he may become abstract. In contrast, Pomni is alone in all the teasers, but she may not be taking it seriously yet and may think she's in a dream. She is disturbed by the thought of leaving this dream, the digital world. However, to prevent her from leaving, she must stay. Pomni may require a calm environment to alleviate her underlying problem. However, other characters can work together to find a solution to their shared issue. Kane fell in love with Kerr's wife, causing unrest in their circus life. Initially, the couple defended themselves against Kane's provocations. However, at some point, Kane began to abuse her, and it may have escalated to the point where he kidnapped Queener. This abuse lasted for approximately 10 years or less. Throughout this time, both Kerr and his wife suffered greatly. Kinger and Queener went crazy. However, Kinger, being a man with a more stable psycho-emotional background, was able to resist and survive. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for his wife, who could not withstand the molestation and abuse from Kane. This led to her untimely death. When Kinger found out about this, his life finally collapsed. He had some peace of mind up until that point, but now his mind was abstracted. Even 10 years ago, Kinger seemed very strange to everyone. Time passed, but the terrible experience with him remained and haunted him all these years. It's best not to talk about the present time. Why did neither Kinger nor anyone else ever mention Queener? I have two theories. Either Kerr was so broken that this part of his life simply disappeared from his memory so as not to traumatize the already mentally ill character any further, or Can took pity on the unfortunate man and erased any mention of his wife from his memory. However, Kane is far from. Kerr is a peculiar character who erased only the memories of his wife, keeping the rest intact. He remains the same, but without an explanation for his behavior. It is unclear why he is like that. However, it is important to note that he is a positive character who used a trick to erase only a part of his memory. At the very beginning of the day, Palmy's appearance shows that she is in a borderline state and ready to go crazy. These fragments are taken from about 16 minutes of the new episode, which suggests that someone has already managed to affect Palmy's mental state to the point where she feels terrible just looking at her room. It is unclear who caused this, but it may have been Kane or another unpleasant person. Perhaps Jax's bullying has affected Palmy that much, or maybe it's just the thought of going out that keeps her in a state of depression all day. How long do you think she's been there? 5 minutes? Half an hour or an hour? Maybe all day? The answers to these questions may be revealed in the new episode we're about to discuss. Let's get started. Discuss the release date of the new episode. There have been many spoilers and leaks indicating that the release is imminent. The most recent spoiler is a picture. I am not certain about Pomni's room. If the creators had only posted this image on their social networks, I would not be convinced. However, something else happened. We were given a task and received a reward. The most important thing is that Glitch analyzed our interest in the digital circus. We realized that the public's interest in the digital circus is still very high because we had to get 100,000 likes to see something. In just 6 hours, all the likes were collected for this masterpiece. Unfortunately, we had to wait 24 hours to see it. They have seen how much people want the new episode, and it is a very funny number. I am almost certain that we will see a trailer within the next 2 weeks. Based on the pilot episode, the trailer was released 3 weeks before the episode. If the trailer is released within the next week or two, we can expect the episode to be released in at least a month. However, it is possible that the authors may decide to release the second episode without a trailer. This is much more interesting. We're only 2 months away from the tipping point. That's February and March. Let me tell you why. March is not good for us. First of all, it's a very long time since the release of the pilot episode. And if the release is really only in March, the interest of a huge number of viewers will simply disappear. February is the ideal time for the second episode. It will still hold the interest of a part of the audience. Additionally, all the facts mentioned in the video favor a February release. If it does happen, we will likely have to wait at least 2 more weeks, and the release will be in the last week of February. A symbolic date would be the 13th of February, because the pilot episode took place exactly 4 months ago from that date. And what do you think about episode 2 of the amazing digital circus? Write your opinion in the comments. Bye.